Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah. Today I have a Christmas gift tag for you. This was prepared by Jen at 1000 Words. I will link her channel below and link her video so you can go and check that out as well. So the first question is best gift received as a child, teen and adult. As a child I received a doll's house, and it was quite a big doll's house, and I actually saw it before Christmas. I wasn't meant to, but I must have been passing my parents' bedroom or opened the door and my parents' wardrobe door was open and it was in there, obviously being hidden away, and I saw it, and it was meant to be from someone else, if you know who I'm talking about, obviously not my mum and dad. And so they had to come up with a little story of why I was getting this gift and my siblings weren't getting as big a gift from them. So I was quite excited to receive that, and that is something that really stands out to me as a child. As a teenager, every year we received, and I actually received this as a child as well, but I do remember them as a teenager receiving a chocolate selection box from my auntie. Every year we got the exact same thing. Probably not the exact same selection box, but it was always a selection box. And I'm from a big family, so there was always, whether it was 5 children, 6 children or 7 children, there was just enough selection boxes for each of us. And it seems like such a simple gift to give, and she probably felt like she wasn't giving us very much, but we absolutely loved it. We didn't get a selection box from anyone else, and we did probably receive chocolate, but as a child I didn't have a lot of chocolate and sweets, so we loved receiving that, and we got really excited, or at least I did. I got really excited to receive it every year, so I did enjoy that. As an adult, I think this was maybe 2 years ago, we received a trip to Egypt. Now this was the flights paid for, and it was as a family. This was Keith's family, they paid for the flights and they have a villa out in Egypt, so we were all able to go on holiday to Egypt, so that was a really fantastic holiday, and a gift to receive. And because of my work commitments, we actually went out a few days ahead of time, so we got a few days, Keith and I, together before the rest of the family came and joined us, and so that was a lovely gift. We probably wouldn't have gone otherwise, and I got to visit Egypt and spend some time with Keith right by the coast, and it was lovely. The next question is the worst gift received as a child, teen or adult. And to be honest with you, I don't really remember, and I probably have always been really grateful for receiving gifts. But one gift that does kind of stand out to me as an adult, and this is going to sound awful and I don't mean it this badly, but my birthday was 2 or 3 weeks after Keith and I got married, and he had really thought about what to give me, and I probably had these rosy tint ideas of what marriage was and the kind of things that he would the gifts that he would shower me with for my birthday. And as I opened up this gift, I saw a cable and I thought it was a charger for something, maybe a charger to a Kindle, because it was an Amazon box, and it was a memory card reader. And we joke about it all the time, but do you know what? I use that memory card reader probably on a daily basis. So although we joke about it and it's probably one of the worst gifts he's ever given me, it's actually one of the most useful gifts he's ever given me, and I'm grateful for it, really. But it was a terrible gift at the time, particularly just being married for 2 or 3 weeks, and I was expecting lots of nice romantic things, and it was a memory card reader. Question number 3 is best edible gift ever received. This wasn't really a gift, but I see it as a gift. I lived in Australia many years ago, and it was getting up to the Christmas period and I was feeling a little bit homesick. I was obviously grateful for the warm weather, but it was so different to what I was used to. I was used to being in woolly jumpers like I am today and snuggling in front of the fire, having hot chocolate, and not getting much snow, so it wasn't the snow that was an issue. But I was feeling quite homesick. I was away from family, I was with new friends, but I was away from friends that I'd known for many years. And a friend of mine had me over for dinner, and he made roast beef and I think maybe even Yorkshire puddings, and I don't even like roast beef all that much, but he knew it was a typically English meal to make, and I think he made me apple pie and custards, or maybe ice cream since it was hot. And it was just such a sweet thing to do. He'd really thought about how he could make me feel less homesick, and so that was probably one of the best edible gifts I ever received. Question number 4 is best experience received or given as a Christmas gift. and I think this might have been 3 years ago. Keith got me an indoor skydiving gift, and I think this might be the only experience gift I've ever received, so it's easy to come top on the list. But it was a really fun day. We both went to do the skydiving experience, and we didn't do many tricks, but it was good to have the experience, and we got to watch some of the more experienced indoor skydivers. Some of them were there, they weren't the workers, they were there to do the skydiving with the people who worked there, and they were obviously building up to doing different kinds of tricks, and they were actually doing acrobats in the dome or whatever it was that we were doing the skydiving in, so that was fun. Question number 5 is best Christmas gift you ever gave, and I would probably say that will have to be Tommy, our little boy. It's a pretty good gift to give my husband, I would say. He was due to come in November, and I was positive he would be born in November, since I started in my labour in November, a couple of days before the end of November, but he decided that he would be a December baby by 5 or 6 minutes. So I would say that was a pretty nice early Christmas present for Keith. Question number 6 is gift you are most excited about giving this year, and I would say that probably is the Secret Santa gift that we do in our family. There are a lot of us in my family, as I said before, and so rather than buying a gift for each of the siblings and partners, we do a Secret Santa, and we have chosen to go in together as a husband and wife partnership, although we could choose to go separate, but we would then have to each buy a gift. But we have someone in my family, which I can't tell you who they are because they may watch this video, and I can't tell you what I've got them because, again, it's meant to be secret. But I am pretty excited about giving it to them, and I just need to finish wrapping it up. We've got everything for it, and I just want to wrap it up. But I'm thinking about photographing the items of that gift, and although I can't share it before Christmas, I will be able to share it after Christmas, and I'll probably put that on my blog, so if you haven't already checked out my blog, I will have the link below for you. Question number 7 is hardest person to buy for, and it is probably Keith. He probably thinks he is not that hard to buy for, and the reason why he is so hard is that he is so easily pleased. And I know that sounds a bit odd, but it's a bit like my dad growing up. My dad was so easily pleased. He was always happy with what we gave him, but you always wanted to get something that he really, really, really wanted. But because he was just so happy with anything, it was so hard to just find what he wanted. And I find Keith is a bit like that. He's just happy, and I say to him, what do you want? He's like, get me nothing. So it's not very helpful. And so yeah, he is quite hard to buy for, but he is always happy, so at least no matter what I get him, I know he will be happy. Question number 8 is easiest person to buy for, and that will probably be Tommy. He doesn't even know what Christmas is, so he'll be happy to see anything that he's allowed to play with. He's just had his birthday, and he's loved playing with the gifts he received for his birthday, and no doubt he's going to love playing with the new gifts that we've got for him. Question number 9 is the Christmas gift that surprised you the most, and I've really struggled to find an answer to this one, so I've decided to give the Christmas gift that I gave that surprised the person the most. It was shortly after Keith and I started dating, a few months after we started dating, and I knew that I was ready to tell him that I loved him, but had a hard time saying it out loud. It was something that I don't think I've ever said to anyone before, not in a relationship like that anyway, and I knew I wanted to say it, but it was finding a way of saying it, so I decided to save it for his Christmas present, and I think I wrote it in a card. He joked about the front of the card because I think it must have said something about love, and it was a bit of a joke between us because he knew that I had a hard time saying it, and he would tell me, and he knew that I had a hard time him telling me that as well. And he joked about the front of the card because it said something about love, and then obviously he opened the card and I'd written a message and actually wrote down I love you at the bottom. And it might seem like a bit of a cop-out, but that was my way of being able to say it without struggling to physically say it. And obviously now I say it to him probably daily or multiple times a day. But at the time that's the way I was able to say it, and so he was very surprised to see that and got rather emotional because he is the emotional one between us when it comes to stuff like that. So I would say that did surprise him. Surprised me that I was even able to say it, but definitely surprised him. Question number 10 is, do you make a Christmas list of things you wish to receive? And no, I don't. I don't remember the last time I made a list for myself. Question number 11 is best homemade gift I ever received. And the thing I'm thinking of isn't necessarily really homemade, and it certainly wasn't homemade by the person. It was from my niece. One year, a few years ago, I spent Christmas with my brother and his family, and my niece wanted to wrap a present up for me, and she'd had a photograph taken of herself and put into a kind of cardboard frame, and she hadn't told her mum what she was doing. She just said she wanted some wrapping paper and some sellotape, and she wrapped this present up and put it under the tree, and that was her gift to me. So it wasn't exactly homemade, but it was in a sense, and it was special because it came straight from her, and she thought all about it. She hadn't consulted with anyone else. She had just decided that's what she wanted to give to me. Question number 12 is, do you give homemade gifts? If so, what are they? And the answer is yes. This year I've not been able to give as many as I had planned. Time restraints have not allowed, and we've just decided rather than create more stress, we have bought gifts for people. So in the past I've made chutneys and photograph calendars and these cute little candy cane lollies where you melt the candy cane to stick together and put some chocolate in the middle. I've made brownies and all sorts of different things like that, and I often do make things like that for people. I do have a couple of homemade gifts this year, a couple that I've given out already and a couple that I still plan to give, but like I said, I'm not doing as many as I'd originally planned. Question number 13 is, do you and your significant other exchange Christmas presents? And yes, we normally do. This year we're not really doing so, mainly because I received a rather big item earlier in the year, and Keith has just been out and bought himself some equipment, some tools. So I'd said to Keith, don't bother buying me anything, do something more thoughtful, and I'd already planned to do something more thoughtful for Keith rather than spending the money, so I'd planned that already. I haven't sorted it yet, but that's what I'd planned. So I think this year, rather than spending money or so much money, it'll be more of a thoughtful gift than a monetary gift. Question number 14 is, do you have a stocking and who fills it? Yes, I do, and Keith fills it. Actually this year I was quite hoping that he would say not to bother. I'd asked him, do you want to do stockings, and I was kind of secretly hoping he would say don't bother, but he said yes, so we've gone and done them. Well, I've done his actually, but I think he's still to do mine, so that's why I was hoping that he would say don't bother, because I know he struggles with it, and I've really struggled with time this year, mainly with returning to work after having a baby. So I'm dealing with work and a baby and a home and Christmas presents for everyone, and so I was just thinking maybe I could do with one less thing to do, but we are doing, so no doubt Keith will be stressing next week trying to get it all sorted. Or by the time this goes up, it'll be this week. Question number 15 is, do you buy yourself Christmas presents? No, not exactly, but like I said, we have both received rather bigger items in the last couple of months. So I guess in a way, yes, we do, but not planned to buy ourselves Christmas gifts. Question number 16 is, when do you start your Christmas shopping and when do you finish? And I always plan to start a lot earlier than we did this year. We're just behind this year, but we are pretty much on it now. So I would like to start probably in November. When do we finish? When we've bought all the gifts that we need. And that's as simple as that. Question number 17 is, how many people are on your Christmas list? And far too many. I think I've calculated it's about 19 or 20. We really need to reduce it, and that's with doing Secret Santa in my family. If we had to buy for each of my siblings and their partners, this would just get huge. So it's a big list. We don't spend the same amount on each one. Some get a lot less than others, but yes, it's a big list. Question number 18 is, do you shop in store or online? And I do both. I do like to buy online. I find that it's a lot easier because you can just sit there in the evening and choose what you want and get it delivered to you. But I do like to see what I'm buying, so quite often I will wait and hope that I see something in the shop. Definitely do a bit of both. Question number 19 is, if you exchange gifts with someone ahead of Christmas, do you save the gift to open on Christmas Day or open it right away? I would choose to save it until Christmas Day. I do like the build of the surprise. If I open it there and then, obviously the surprise is gone and you can't get that back on the day. But it does depend. We do a family get together for Keith's family ahead of Christmas, and the gifts that we receive there we do open, because it's a kind of like Christmas Day. It's their Christmas Day together, and so the gift exchanging is all opened as if it is Christmas Day. So I would choose to open on Christmas Day rather than there and then, but obviously it will depend on the situation. And the last question is, do you like receiving gift certificates as Christmas presents, or do you feel like it's a bit of a cop-out? And to be honest, at the time I feel like it's a little bit of a cop-out. I feel like, oh, I've got nothing to try, I can't use it. But when it comes to actually go shopping, I absolutely love it. So it's a bit of both there. I do feel it's a bit of a cop-out at the time, or it's not that I feel like it's a cop-out, I feel a slight bit of disappointment that I've not got something that I can try on or try using or whatever it is. I do enjoy the shopping experience, and I don't spend a lot of money on myself, so to get a voucher that I can then go and buy myself something guilt-free, which is the main thing, I do really enjoy it. That's all the questions for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I thank Jen for preparing the tag for us, and don't forget to go and check her video out. Hope you're enjoying the Christmas festivities, and if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!